What's good, everybody? Happy Friday, happy weekend. The weekend's almost here. Happy Friday, blessings on blessings. Want to say welcome back to my channel. This part of my channel is where we make money in the stock market. Uh, it's a beginner's kind of view on things. If me, Jeremy Waller, salute to you guys for tuning in, started as a newbie, as a beginner in today's market, what I'm doing, how I've taken this public account from 1,000 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 10, and now we are on the road to 12 and 12 to 15 and so on. So if you don't know anything about me, it's all right, it's all good. You know, when I go live on my channel, I actually go live about trying to teach and show people how your money is just like a tool and it can literally make money for your money. So your money works for you. First of all, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor of any sort. I'm not certified to do this. I can't advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. But this part of my channel, when I go live, I'm literally showing you how I'm making money in the stock market. This is Robinhood. If you've never seen it, this is Robinhood, the app on the screen. I use Robinhood. I'm not affiliated with them. I just use it for people. I recommend it from a beginner's point of view, right? I've been in the stock market, a little background, since 2015. So it's not too long. I've been there for some time, a decade and some change, probably, a decade and a year. So I just want to get the phone back up. The thing is, when you don't use the phone, it kind of locks because I'm iPhone mirroring. Give me a sec, guys. Let me come back to this. How is everybody doing? What's up? If you're new to this part of the journey in your life about creating wealth, welcome. It's definitely cool to be in the space because when your money literally makes money for you guys, it's awesome. So today is going to be a very like easy, casual chat with you guys about what I'm buying, how to buy, uh, how do we go about doing some basic research as a beginner to understand how to look at things, what is a PE ratio, and stuff like that. Just math, easy. All you need to do is have a social security number, a bank account, so you can link it and start your journey in investing. This is not a lottery. This is not like a short scheme. It's not gambling. It's investing, right? So the public account right now is 11,798.72 cents. I'm trying to show people. So today we made about $93 in this portfolio. 1 week we made about $644. Guys, also when you look at the dollar value, train your mind to look at the percentage where I'm scrolling over, right? And there's a reason that you look at percentage because like when you double your money or whatever, you want to see these in percentage, 100, 200. It's just like a mindset. Like I keep on saying on the streams, it's like when July 4th is when you have these sales, Black Friday, no one's advertising like $10 off, $20 off. They might, but it's better to say 20% off, 30% off, 50%, and so on, right? So it's good to look at the dollar value 100%, but it's also better, in my opinion, to look at percentages, right? Because when banks are offering like APY, if you don't know what an APY is, like an high yield saving account where your money is sitting in a bank, where your checking account, you have a saving account, and usually banks give you an APY like 3%, 4%. They don't tell you we're going to give you this much, right? Because you don't know how much money you keep on accumulating or not accumulating, right? So it's good to look at things at percentages, in my opinion. So moving on, that's what we've done in 3 months, 221. Year to date, 98. 1 year, we're down $1,000. All time, we're down 354. Now, on my channel, first of all, I love buying on red days. And also, I'm very transparent. I'm not one of those guys or people on YouTube where I'm just showing you greens. I'm showing you the reds as well, right? Now, the all time is down $356, which is not, yes, it's a loss at this point in time. But also, when I started this account, it wasn't public. I was just buying crypto and Robinhood. And obviously, I was learning it, doing stuff since the pandemic. And then when I made some good amount of money, I moved everything to my Coinbase, where all my crypto sits as of today. Now, I just did that for my preference, right? And I kept this to show people, because people were reaching out to me and like, hey, JW, like, how are you doing things in the stock market and everything? Can you share some insights? So I was like literally having calls, chatting to people on WhatsApp and Discord groups. And I'm like, you know what? This portfolio of mine was just sat there. And I said, let me just start a segment going live every day almost on YouTube, talking about the stock market from, and beginner's point of view, right? So we're down $355 all time because of that, what I just explained. But, we're still making bank, in my opinion. Like some of these some of these stocks in this account are like, in this account portfolio is 10% up, 5% up, 14.5%, 11, 13, 26. And they keep on growing. Meta, which is Meta platforms like Facebook, Instagram, if you guys don't know, 0.35 down. Nvidia's up at almost 20%, a little under 20. CRM, Salesforce, SPMO, ETFs. And I'm just running through these percentages, and then we get into like what, as a beginner, what you guys should look at buying, right? If you just want to start your investing journey, to get some skin in the game and learn the tricks. Well, there's no tricks, learn the tips and how to grow on. That's a better word. Elf Beauty 7, bro. This is what I mean about personally. Elf Beauty in this portfolio, we just have, this is the baby portfolio, in my opinion. This is the baby portfolio from all my portfolios, right? In terms of value, in terms and what I'm doing and what I'm shares I'm buying. So it's only a 7 point, not even 8 shares. We are 70% up. 70% up, guys. We're so up that the screen's not loading, right? The app's not loading. So trying to get it up, and let's see. Why is this happening? Okay. Just in 3 months, it's up 5 year to date. No, it's not loading. It's weird. Some sort of thing is happening. But yeah, so we on that's our total value in dollars, and we're up 70%. So we've actually made $304 total return. Just today we've made $41. That's crazy, guys. And this is what I mean, like when you start a portfolio, right? If you're starting, you want to be in, have a diversified portfolio, right? I'm not saying go run out and buy things, because right now I only like to buy in red. Like if this was like 5 or 10% down, I would add some shares in this portfolio. But if you want to start a portfolio today, my advice, like again, guys, I'm not a financial certified advisor of any sort. So that's the disclaimer. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. But if I was starting today, I would definitely pick up SCHD and SPMO and VO. Now you go and do your DD, your due diligence, and see what ETF, exchange trade fund, what is an ETF? ETF is a basket of stocks, right? So like you have, for example, if you open VOO, right? All my links are below. So if you want to use Robinhood, just download from my link. And basically, it's a referral. So you get some free stock and I get some free stock, which is comes in clutch. I don't know if you get it if you sign on. I don't think if you just go and sign on Robinhood, you get it. But this is how you're helping me with the information I'm giving you guys, right? For free. I'm not charging you and stuff. So it is what it is, right? So we don't even have a share of VOO, but if you want to understand what VOO is, literally tells you here, the fund is passively managed to hold large cap US stocks selected by an S&P committee. The listed name for VOO is Vanguard SPN 500. So if you don't know what the SPN 500 is, like the top 500 companies in the US, right? But the brilliant thing about this, you can see the sectors, what is this fund, and what technology, financial services, communicate, and so on. And then the top 10 holdings, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and it goes on, right? Now, so that's what you're buying. You're buying like fractional shares of these companies if you keep on buying this fund. So my thing is, if I was starting today, which is this portfolio, I would have some foundations in certain ETFs. Why I have these couple of ETFs here is because this is a learning portfolio for people out there, including if I started in my journey, this how it looks like, right? At this point in time. So VO, SCHD, there's also SPMO over here, which is this another ETF which is tracking the top 100 of the out of 500 companies, the momentum stocks. Again, guys, 16% and some change. Again, you can look what's in this fund, top 10 holdings, etc., right? Other ETFs that this portfolio has are memory stocks. So DRAM, if you want to look at another ETF, another way, this is what it does. Technology, in the technology, top 10 holdings are these companies. Micron, Samsung, SK Hynix. So it's all memory stocks, right? This is what this ETF is. So how you want to go about things, right? It's really simple, guys. Like buy great companies that that are going to be there for like the next 5, 10 years. If you're using like an Apple phone and you've been using for 4, 5 years, 6 years, I buy Apple stock. Yes, there's no Apple stock in this portfolio because I have it in my private portfolios, right? But I use Microsoft Office for work. So I buy Microsoft in all portfolios, including this one. I use Google. So I'm using Google. We're on YouTube, Alphabet, Google, all the same company. Meta, I'm on Instagram and Facebook and etc. etc. Obviously, I don't use Facebook as often that I used to, but because of Instagram and stuff. But then you got WhatsApp, which I connect with my family globally. Salesforce, but guys, Elf Beauty, like if you're in a household, someone's buying health, some product from Elf Beauty, monthly, weekly, whatever, right? Um, I mean, especially if you have women in your household, this is what they're doing, right? And if you don't, you might be buying something. So yeah, whatever your preference is. Then Eli Lilly, the pharmaceutical company. Now, this don't get overwhelmed with these stocks, right? This portfolio is basically showing you that we can still buy these companies at fractional shares, so we can keep on adding $10, $5, $50, $20, whatever you want to do, right? So like, although we don't even have one share of this 1,179, we still have 4%, which is, although it looks like $4, but it's trying to indicate to you how the market works, right? So guys, look at this. This is another ETF. It's the non-US ETF. So it's basically everything outside the US. So these are the sectors they're in. And Taiwan Semiconductor, SK, again, certain other company, HSBC Holdings, which is a bank, Royal Bank of Canada, AstraZeneca. So yeah, these are the top 10. Obviously, it has more than top 10 in it. But guys, I wanted to quickly come here and show you, like, if you've been following this channel, I salute you guys. Like, hats off, especially this part of this channel of mine. Hit that like button, subscribe if you think it's cool. You know, I think we're doing a good job. Just $100 now, it's gone up. Can the market dip? Yes, the market can dip. If you're buying good companies for the long run, you want to start a portfolio that you're happy with what you buy. You don't follow FOMO and hype and everything. It's good to be knowledgeable in that space, but also remember, buy great companies, evergreen companies that you see 3 and 5 years, that's your plan and more, right? 10 years out, and you realize that you're building a legacy portfolio for yourself. And I'm sharing this because I've literally, I've panic sold before in my life. When I was so new to this game, I was like, no, this is crazy and blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm like, guys, you don't need to panic sell, because that's when you buy great companies. For example, we were buying Microsoft when Microsoft was taking a beating in his portfolio, and I was telling people, guys, people were like, why you buy Microsoft, right? Just look at 3 months ago, right? It was here. At 367. You can look at the top left, right up. Yeah. Yeah. And today it's 499, almost $500, right? So this baby account has got $1,335. We made about 26% total return. And if you look at like on Robinhood, right? Look at these indications, right? And you take these indicators as a pinch of salt, right? It's going to go up to 600 according to this analyst, Morningstar. 95% buy, 5% hold, 0% sell. Also, Morningstar, I think it's not going to be on Robinhood anymore as analysts. It's going. So, I mean, there's so many other tools there, Google Finance and everything else. So, yeah. So, guys, that's what I wanted to quickly come on today. Today's going to be a short stream, but I wanted to leave you guys with, something to think about, like how the rich make money. And why aren't we doing this? I know my goal is financial freedom. I want to like retire my wife, help my dad more, whoever I can help, like the unfortunate people who want to be helped and want to grow and understand how a business operates, how to make money in this world, how to enjoy it, be kind, be disciplined. Because without even health, there's no matter of wealth. So I'm actually on the health journey as well, trying to get fit. My wife and I started boxing, you know, I just want to do good things in the world and share the knowledge bad. Like if I'm eating at a bad restaurant, I'm going to share that so you guys can make your own judgment whether you'll turn up there or not. Where I'm eating at a good restaurant, I'm sharing that. Those are just some example, and that's how I look at life. Like if I'm gaining this knowledge out here, I want to share it back with you guys, right? So these are the y'all obviously could rewind this video and see what all this portfolio is tracking. You can watch my other videos on this when I go live. The earlier videos I go more in depth as well in certain things in this portfolio. But guys, this is where we are. The next is 12K, and then from 12, we're going to take this to 15. Happy weekend. Stay blessed. Make it happen. Own it. Peace.